An old soul has already lived through numerous lives and has been reincarnated several times, so it is full of a deep understanding of the subtle world around it. But the biggest problem is that many old souls do not know that they are old souls, which prevents them from activating their creative power. If you have a deep understanding of life, exude wisdom, and often feel different, you could be an old soul. Old souls often feel like they don't really belong and are searching for deeper meaning and are often lonely. Why don't they realize it? Old souls often have difficulty recognizing their true nature in the absence of spiritual guidance. This ignorance is a major obstacle. In this video, we will reveal the 10 problems that old souls struggle with. The last problem is often overlooked, but is of great importance. Problem number 1, a feeling of isolation and loneliness. Why do old souls feel isolated? Well, old souls possess a depth of understanding and wisdom that often goes far beyond what most people experience. This profound insight can make them feel misunderstood and isolated by others. You may be familiar with this, the feeling that the people around you are not on the same wavelength, that your thoughts and views seem too deep or too complex. This can be especially frustrating when you're trying to form meaningful relationships. It's as if you're constantly hitting an invisible barrier that keeps you from making a real connection. In social settings, old souls often struggle to find like-minded friends and partners. Their deep perspective and search for meaning make it difficult for them to surround themselves with people who prefer superficial interests and conversations. Imagine walking into a room full of people and immediately sensing that no one really understands who you are or what makes you tick. This feeling of otherness can cause you to withdraw and avoid social interactions because you know they won't fulfill you. It's as if you live in a world where you understand the language, but no one can hear your true voice. Inner loneliness is another deeper problem. Even when old souls are surrounded by people, they can feel lonely inside. This kind of loneliness is hard to explain and even harder to bear. You can be in the middle of a crowd and still feel completely alone. It is a loneliness that is not caused by external circumstances, but by an inner feeling. The deep knowledge and experiences that an old soul brings with it from previous lives create a gap between it and the everyday concerns and joys of the people around it. This loneliness is the number one sign that you are an old soul. The universe often isolates old souls when it wants to tell them something important, a lesson, a truth, or a deeper realization that can only be understood in solitude. It's about having faith and seeing these periods of isolation as times of growth and self-discovery. Problem number 3, the burden of wisdom. Can wisdom be a burden? This question may seem paradoxical at first glance, but for old souls it is of great importance. According to the proverb, with great power comes great responsibility. Old souls often carry a burden that is invisible to others. Early maturity and responsibility are often characteristics of old souls. Even at a young age, they display a remarkable maturity and wisdom that sets them apart from their peers. While other children play carefree, old souls think deeply about life. This early maturity often leads them to take on more responsibility, be it in the family, at school, or in social groups. Imagine a child who understands the worries and needs of adults and tries to find solutions. This child is often seen as a wise beyond their years, and is therefore given more responsibility. In the family and society, old souls often take on the role of advisor and supporter. They are often asked for advice because they are able to see through complex situations and give wise counsel. This can be a considerable burden. Imagine constantly being the one everyone turns to when they have problems. This can be very stressful, especially because old souls feel the need to help and find solutions. This role of constant support can cause them to neglect themselves. Another challenge for old souls is the difficulty of resting. Due to their deep sense of responsibility and natural tendency to take care of others, they often find it difficult to take breaks and relax. They feel constantly responsible and have the feeling that there is always something to do. This incessant duty to be there for others can lead to exhaustion and burnout. It's as if they are constantly carrying a weight on their shoulders that never gets lighter, no matter how hard they try. But how can old souls use their wisdom without overburdening themselves? Here are some ways to lighten the load. First, self-care is essential. Old souls need to learn that it's okay to take time for themselves. This can be achieved through regular breaks, meditation, or hobbies that bring pleasure and help to relax the mind. It is important to realize that self-care is not selfish, but necessary to be able to help others in the long run. Imagine coming back after a well-deserved break with renewed energy and clarity to use your wisdom again. Secondly, set clear boundaries. It's important that old souls learn to say a no and not take on too much. By setting boundaries, they can protect their energy and ensure they don't get burnt out. This also means that they need to learn to trust others and delegate tasks. Imagine finding a balance between helping and protecting yourself by only taking on what you can really do. Third, seek out like-minded people. Interacting with other old souls can be incredibly rewarding. By talking and sharing experiences, they can support and encourage each other. This creates a sense of community and reduces feelings of isolation. It's as if you find a place where you are truly understood and where your burden is shared. Fourth, use your wisdom strategically. Instead of trying to solve all problems at once, focus on the most important and urgent ones. Prioritizing helps to lighten the load and work more effectively. It's about being smart with your energy and making the biggest differences with the least effort. Fifth, allow yourself to be imperfect. Old souls tend to demand perfection from themselves, which only makes the burden heavier. Accept that you are allowed to make mistakes and that it is okay to not always have an answer or solution. This self-acceptance is an important step in easing the burden of wisdom. By applying these strategies, old souls can learn to use their wisdom in a way that does not overwhelm them. It is possible to find a balance between the responsibility that their wisdom brings and the need to nurture and protect themselves. In this way, they can continue to use their deep insights for the benefit of themselves and others without sacrificing their own health and well-being. Problem number 4, the search for the meaning of life. Old souls often face the challenge of constantly searching for the deeper meaning of life. These existential questions are a constant companion and drive them to look beyond the obvious. Why am I here? What is the purpose of my existence? Such questions are omnipresent for old souls and lead to deep reflection on life and the universe. It is as if they have an inner compass that keeps sending them in search of answers. However, this incessant search for meaning can lead to dissatisfaction in everyday life. Old souls often feel that mundane and superficial things do not fulfill them. While other people may find pleasure in material possessions or superficial pleasures, old souls long for deeper understanding and more meaningful experiences. Imagine you are in the midst of a lavish party, but you feel an inner emptiness because what is happening around you has no deeper meaning for you. This discrepancy between what they are experiencing and what they are seeking can lead to a feeling of alienation and dissatisfaction. To fill this inner void, old souls often turn to spirituality and personal development. They look for practices and philosophies that can help them answer their existential questions and find deeper meaning in life. Meditation, yoga, spiritual reading, and self-reflection are common paths that old souls take. These practices offer them not only answers, but also a way to connect with their inner selves and the greater universe. It is as if through these spiritual paths they find access to a deeper truth that is denied to them in everyday life. But how can old souls structure and manage their search for the meaning of life? Here are some practical tips. First, set clear intentions. Start your search for meaning by making yourself aware of what you really want to find out. Write down your questions and intentions and reflect on them regularly. This clarity will help you stay focused and direct your energy towards what is really important to you. It's like a map that shows you the way and reminds you why you are on this journey. Secondly, practice mindfulness. Through mindfulness, You learn to live in the present moment and appreciate the little things in life. This can help you reduce dissatisfaction with everyday life by recognizing that there can be depth and meaning in even the most mundane moments. Imagine how, through mindfulness, you can find beauty in the simplest things: a sunrise, a smile, a deep breath. Third, surround yourself with like-minded people. Sharing with other old souls can be enormously enriching. Seek out communities and groups that deal with spiritual and existential issues. Through dialogue and searching together, you can gain new perspectives and feel less alone. It is as if you find companions on your journey who speak your language and share your longings. Fourthly, use creativity as a means of expression. Art, music, writing, or other forms of creative expression can help you channel your inner thoughts and feelings and make sense of them. Through creative expression, you can not only understand yourself better, but also give others an insight into your world. Imagine building a bridge between your inner self and the outside world through your art. Fifth, seek out inspirational literature and wisdom teachers. There are numerous books, lectures, and courses that deal with the search for meaning and spiritual development. These resources can offer you new insights and tools to answer your questions and see your path more clearly. Imagine discovering a book that speaks to your deepest questions and shows you new ways to answer them. Sixth, accept the process. The search for the meaning of life is a journey, not a one-time discovery. Accept that it takes time and that the answers often come in stages. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the journey, even if it is challenging at times. It's about finding the beauty in the search itself, not just in the destination. By using these methods, old souls can structure and manage their search for the meaning of life. It is a path of constant discovery and growth that ultimately leads them to a deeper understanding of themselves and their connection to the universe. By embarking on this journey, they can fulfill the deep longing for meaning and purpose in their lives and find true fulfillment. Problem number 5. Difficult relationships. Challenges in love. Old souls often face particular challenges in romantic relationships. Their deep insight and wisdom lead them to have high expectations of their partners and the relationship itself. Old souls look for deep connections that go beyond the superficial. They long for a partner who shares their values and vision and who is willing to embark on an intense emotional and spiritual journey. However, these high expectations can make it difficult to find a suitable partner, often leading to frustration and disappointment. Conflicts and misunderstandings are common in old soul relationships. Due to their deep understanding of the world and their intense emotional depth, they often experience misunderstandings with partners who do not operate on the same level. These misunderstandings can lead to conflict as old souls often feel that they are not truly understood. Different levels of understanding and different perspectives on life can create tensions that are difficult to overcome. It is as if old souls and their partners speak different languages, even if they use the same words. Finding compromise and balance is crucial to overcoming these challenges. Old souls must learn that not every partner will immediately understand or share their depth and wisdom. It is important to compromise and find a balance between their expectations and reality. This means being patient and willing to work on the relationship to foster mutual understanding. The trick is to maintain the depth of your own feelings while not overwhelming your partner. Imagine learning how to dance a dance where both partners are in unison, even if they have different steps. Important qualities in partners are crucial for the well-being of old souls in relationships. Old souls should look for partners who bring openness, empathy, and a willingness for personal and spiritual development. An ideal partner for an old soul is someone who is willing to have deep conversations and who has a genuine interest in understanding each other's innermost thoughts and feelings. It's important to find someone who appreciates not only the challenges, but also the joys and growth that come with an old soul relationship. Twin flames are a special concept in the spiritual world. A twin flame is someone who is considered to be the other half of your soul. These relationships are intense and deep, often characterized by an instant and inexplicable connection. Old souls can feel particularly strong connections to their twin flames. However, it is important to recognize when a twin flame is actually an old soul or not. A true twin flame will not only bring a deep connection and attraction, but will also have a similar depth and wisdom. The relationship with a twin flame is often challenging, but also incredibly transformative and enriching. You realize that the twin flame is an old soul when both partners have a similar spiritual maturity and a deep mutual appreciation for their individual journeys. It's not just about romantic attraction, but a deep, soulmate connection based on mutual growth and understanding. A twin flame who is not an old soul may not fully grasp the intensity of the connection or be overwhelmed with the spiritual depth. To foster harmonious relationships, old souls should communicate openly and honestly about their needs and expectations. It is important to create a safe space for open conversations where both partners can express their feelings and thoughts. Old souls should also be willing to give their partners space to develop and grow at their own pace. By applying these approaches, old souls can learn to build deeper and more fulfilling relationships. It is a balancing act between recognizing their own needs and being willing to reach out to their partner and grow together. By using their wisdom and depth as strength while embracing the challenges, old souls can find and nurture harmonious and meaningful relationships. Problem number 6. Difficulties in professional life. Old souls often experience a deep conflict between their true calling and their professional life. Their work often does not match their inner purpose and values. They long for activities that reflect their passion and desire to make a meaningful contribution. The discrepancy between job and calling often leads to frustration. In conventional jobs, old souls often feel trapped and oppressed. These work environments are often rigid and superficial, which contradicts their profound nature. Their talents and skills are not utilized and their deeper needs go unmet. This frustration can lead to burnout, stress, and a feeling of emptiness. To find professional fulfillment, old souls must choose professions that reflect their calling. This often requires a shift from conventional career paths to fields that foster creativity, social responsibility, and personal growth. Counseling, art, teaching, non-profit work, or alternative healing modalities are often appropriate fields in which old souls can use their wisdom and insight. Problem number 7. The burden of empathy. Old souls often possess exceptionally strong empathy, which can be both a gift and a burden. This ability allows them to feel deeply with others and empathize intensely with their emotions. While this is a valuable gift that allows them to help others through difficult times and build genuine connections, it can also be a significant burden. The constant absorption of other people's emotions and problems can be overwhelming and become a heavy burden. Emotional exhaustion is a common problem for old souls. Due to their high empathy, they take on the emotional burdens of those around them, which can lead to chronic exhaustion. It is as if they have an invisible sponge that is constantly soaking up the negative energies of those around them. This constant emotional burden can lead to stress, fatigue, and a feeling of being overwhelmed. Old souls have to learn to deal with this strain in order not to burn out emotionally. Boundaries and self-protection are crucial to finding the balance between empathy and self-care. Old souls need to learn to distance themselves emotionally without losing their empathic abilities. This can mean consciously setting boundaries and giving yourself time to recover and regenerate. Boundaries do not mean isolating yourself from others, but ensuring that you yourself are not overwhelmed. One method of achieving this is the regular practice of meditation and mindfulness. These practices help to calm the mind and find your own center. Regular meditation can help old souls to clear and strengthen their energies. It helps to keep a clear head and free oneself from emotions that have been absorbed. In addition, energy work techniques such as Reiki, Qigong, or yoga can help to harmonize and strengthen your own energy. These methods promote energetic health and can help to release emotional burdens. Another helpful technique is visualization. Imagine that you are surrounded by a protective light that wards off negative energies. This technique can be particularly useful to protect yourself in stressful or emotionally stressful situations. Self-care rituals are also important. Schedule regular time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation. This could be a walk in nature, a relaxing bath, or reading a book. Such rituals help to recharge your energy and restore your emotional balance. It is also important to set boundaries. Learn to say no, and not get emotionally involved in every situation. It is crucial that you allow yourself to not always be available and prioritize your own needs. Sharing with like-minded people can also be very supportive. Seek contact with other old souls or empathic people who share your experiences. Sharing can help you feel less alone and gain new perspectives. If the emotional burden becomes too great, it can be helpful to seek professional support. Therapists or coaches who are familiar with empathy and emotional exhaustion can offer valuable help. By applying these techniques, old souls can learn to preserve their empathic abilities while protecting their own emotional health. It's about finding a balance and being as compassionate to themselves as they are to others. In this way, they can continue to use their valuable gift without jeopardizing their own energy and health. Problem number 8. The feeling of being out of place. Old souls often feel that they do not fit into the modern world. Their deep wisdom and different understanding of the world make it difficult for them to fit into the often superficial and materialistic structures of today's society. This sense of alienation can manifest itself in social interactions, professional environments, and general lifestyle. Old souls often feel a deep discrepancy between their inner values and external expectations, leading to a constant feeling of being out of place. A strong connection to the past is another characteristic of old souls. They are often drawn to past eras and cultures and feel that they would be better off in a different time. This connection can come from past lives or a natural affinity for historical wisdom and traditions. This longing for the past can leave them feeling alienated and dissatisfied in the present day. Self-acceptance and integration are crucial to meeting these challenges. Old souls must learn to accept and appreciate their uniqueness instead of seeing it as a disadvantage. Self-acceptance means recognizing and being proud of one's own values, wisdom, and perspectives. At the same time, old souls need to find ways to integrate into the modern world without losing their authenticity. One way to overcome the feeling of being out of place is through reflection and journaling. Take time regularly to reflect on your feelings and experiences. Write in a journal about what bothers you in the modern world and what you value about yourself. This practice helps you to gain clarity and organize your thoughts. Sharing with like-minded people can also be very supportive. Actively seek out people who share your values and perspectives. Communities, forums, and groups that deal with spiritual or historical topics can provide valuable support and reduce feelings of isolation. Creative expression is another helpful method. Use creative activities such as painting, writing, or music to express your inner feelings and connections to the past. Creative expression can be a powerful tool to work through inner conflicts while celebrating your uniqueness. Mindfulness and meditation are also valuable practices. Through regular meditation and mindfulness exercises, you can learn to stay in the present moment and find inner peace. These practices help to calm the mind and create a deeper connection to your inner self. It is also important to find your professional and social niche. Look for environments that reflect your values. Careers in the arts, education, social work, or alternative healing modalities may be a better fit for your inner world and allow you to contribute your skills and wisdom. Self-care routines are also crucial. Develop routines that support your physical and emotional health. Yoga, healthy eating, and getting enough sleep are important to feel grounded and balanced. Further education and personal growth are other important aspects. Invest in your personal and spiritual development. Books, courses, and workshops that deal with historical wisdom, spiritual practices, or personal growth can help you to further develop your skills and gain new perspectives. By applying these exercises and strategies, old souls can learn to accept themselves and find their place in the modern world. It's about finding a balance between preserving their own identity and adapting to external circumstances. By embracing their uniqueness and at the same time finding ways to integrate into society, old souls can lead a fulfilled and harmonious life. Problem number 9. The urge to be alone and withdraw. Old souls often feel a deep need to retreat. This need to spend time alone stems from the fact that they need inner peace and reflection to process their thoughts and feelings. The retreat offers them the opportunity to recharge their batteries and recover from the often overwhelming outside world. In these moments of silence, old souls find clarity and insight that they cannot achieve in daily life. However, the strong need to be alone also harbors the danger of isolation. If old souls withdraw too often and for too long, they can become alienated from society and develop social problems. Isolation can lead to loneliness, depression, and a feeling of detachment. It is important that old souls find a balance so that they do not remain in complete seclusion and lose their social connections. Finding a balance between withdrawal and social life is crucial for the well-being of old souls. They must learn to plan their times of retreat in such a way that they can maintain sufficient social contact at the same time. This means making conscious decisions about when to spend time alone and when to actively connect with friends and family. Practical tips for a healthy retreat include consciously organizing alone time. Old souls should choose activities that truly fulfill them and help them rejuvenate. This can be done through meditation, nature walks, reading, or creative work. It's also helpful to schedule set times for social interaction to ensure they don't neglect their connections with other people. Communication is key here. Old souls should explain to their loved ones why they need time alone to avoid misunderstandings and promote understanding. Problem number 10. The search for spiritual community. On their spiritual journey, old souls often feel lonely. This loneliness arises because their deep beliefs and spiritual insights are not always shared by those around them. The feeling of being on a unique journey can lead to isolation and a desire to find like-minded people. The importance of a spiritual community is immense for old souls. Such a community offers not only support and understanding, but also the opportunity to share spiritual experiences and grow together. In a suitable community, old souls can share their wisdom and at the same time learn from the experiences of others. However, old souls often encounter obstacles when searching for a suitable spiritual community. These can come in the form of a lack of availability of such communities, differing spiritual views, or the difficulty of making deep connections. Finding a community that really suits them can therefore be a challenge. To successfully find and integrate into a spiritual community, old souls can use a few strategies. First, they should actively search for groups or meetings that match their spiritual interests. This can be done online or in their local area. They should be open and patient to try out different communities until they find the right one. Clearly communicating their needs and expectations can also help to identify the right community. In addition, old souls should be willing to actively participate and contribute their skills and insights to enrich the community and establish themselves as a valuable member. By applying this advice, old souls can both healthily fulfill their urge for solitude and retreat and find a spiritual community to support them on their journey. It's a balancing act between self-reflection and social interaction that helps them live a fulfilling and harmonious life. I hope you learned something valuable. It was overwhelming for me at first too, and I had a lot of questions. This video here can help you in your current situation. Looking for answers? Click on it now and watch it.